Josh, love the show. Just hope you're here to eat crow on these predictions when Sark is fired in 2 years. This one was tame. A lot of you went a little bit more aggressive in your wording than that. What are we talking about here? Eat crow on what prediction? What prediction did I make? In fact, if I recall, just 72 hours ago when we did that Sunday show or that Thursday show, I said I'm not making predictions. Those exact words came out of my mouth. This is not a prediction. My whole point was the top-rated quarterback in the country just committed to Texas. Yeah? Everyone agree? Okay, that did happen. That's reality. These people in Austin, Texas are excited about it. Yeah? Woohoo! Yeah, we're excited. Who wouldn't be? If you're a Purdue fan, if you're a Kansas fan, who wouldn't be excited? If you got a 5-star quarterback ranked #1 overall in the country to commit to you, and you were in a dogfight with Alabama and Georgia for the kid, it's not a Texas product. He's not from your state. You don't have proven results yet, and he still chose you. How could you not be excited? So I pointed that out, and shame on me for doing so. Again, the context is lost on some amongst us. And it doesn't matter if I didn't say it. You heard me saying Texas is back. Texas about to win a title within 2 years. I never said it. I never would say it. In fact, I made fun of people who did say it the other night. So I thought, Colin, we handled ourselves pretty professionally. It turns out we didn't in the minds of some. Now, if I were to get KU for life here, and I know that we do a solo show, but if I were to get another stool over here, Colin would have to reconfigure the studio. But if I were to get another stool over here and I were to play the segment from the other night, he would be dumbfounded, or she would be dumbfounded. And I would say, now, does it shock you that you came at me for things I didn't say? No. But a lot of folks said that. So let's be real for a second here. What is the situation? The situation is Steve Sarkisian is still unproven as a head coach on the field. The situation is Texas still has a ways to go on the field. The situation is this is one of the most high-profile programs in America, and it hasn't mattered one iota when it comes to production on the field recently, and not even so recently. There's a lot that remains to be seen about this staff. Yes. The point is, you don't turn things around and then start recruiting well. That's not the way that whole thing works. You start recruiting well, and then things turn around. So in the future, if there is to come a time, if I rub the magic 8 ball and I look at the year 2025 and Texas is competing for maybe the SEC title at that point, but if they're competing for the playoff, it will be because of what's happening right now. That doesn't mean what's happening now is a guarantee it will happen, but if this stuff wasn't happening right now, it would guarantee it's never going to happen. I think that makes sense. So I would be jubilant right now if I were a Texas fan, because I know what's going to follow a big-time commitment like that. They finished top 5 last year. Even as I speak, they're on a recruiting roll. I think they're sitting top 5 or top 6 right now for this upcoming cycle. Rankings don't mean everything in June. I get it. But Texas is on a roll right now, and that's to be expected after you get a commitment like Arch Manning. So Texas is doing everything off the field necessary to eventually be legitimate on the field. Doesn't guarantee they're going to be legitimate on the field, but they're doing everything necessary. And so here's the worst case. The worst case is it doesn't happen. And Steve Sarkisian and his staff don't end up being right. Even in the worst case, he is leaving you a roster that was far better than the one he found. Because even though I know the old talking point was, well, they recruit top 5 every year. Well, they haven't quite been top 5 every year. They were poorly developed. The NFL draft told you that. So let's see how the NFL draft starts treating Steve Sarkisian's Texas, and let's see what those records start looking like on the field. Let's see what these recruiting classes do. I've said my piece. I've spoken my piece on Texas.